but not for long. The future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on.
Zach with Web3 Reviews, thank you for being with us. I was put onto the Voi Network when I was at ETH Denver, and I'm impressed by everything I'm seeing. So I'm going to share with you guys the research that I'm doing. The Voi Network is ranked 2,447th out of all 20 million cryptos in existence based on market cap. Its token is currently trading at 1.3 of 1 penny. All time at one point, this was worth 1.2 pennies. So it's down 90%, which we see a lot from cryptos when they first come out. They come out, people take profits, and the token goes down. We look at a chart like Zcash, and this is exactly what the chart of Zcash has looked like its entire existence. We see that the market cap is 2.5 million. This puts it in a very similar place as Gala music, which we talk about a lot here on this channel. Its trading volume in the 24 hours is 7,000, which is nothing wrong with that. This actually gives it room for great price appreciation, especially with everything I'm going to share with you guys today that I've read. There's a hard cap on this project at 10 billion tokens. 75% of those tokens are going to go to the community. This is a community-driven project. So I spent $240 today on Mexi, and I got 176,000 tokens. And my plan is I'm going to stake these for 18 months. Now, I can't withdraw from Mexi for 24 hours, so I'm going to have to make another video about my experience staking on the Voi Network. We're going to see if I have a hardware machine that's worth it for me to run a node. I don't believe that. It seems as though unless you have a few $1,000s in the Voi Network that you're going to stake on your own node, you're not going to be getting back the cost of the node ownership if you're doing a VPS service like Node or Contabo. It might be best to just do liquid staking. It all depends on how much money you're going to put into the Voi Network at this price. And you got to think this token's down. Could it continue going down? Maybe. How much lower could it go? I think this is about the lowest it'll go. So ALGO's on the up and up. We're talking real world assets and enterprise adoption. And the Voi Network was spun off that using a very similar code. They are not competitors. It is almost seen as a cousin. I'm thinking of them like an XRP and an XLM. Tell me if I'm wrong, Voi community. I think it's worth taking a stab at the Voi Network. Look at the price. The Voi Network was conceived by Chris Swenner and the team in 2022. In October 2023, testnet phase 1 launched, marking the public debut. December 2023, the seed funding round, setting up token infrastructure. The tokens went live September 26 in 2024 when the tokens hit Mexi and trading began. Now, who is the creators of Voi? The internet's telling me that Voi Network was created by Chris Swenner and Shanti Pirashottam. Now, Chris Swenner was on the Algorand Foundation. He created something called Reach and Humble Swap, which is a DEX live on Algorand. He then branched out and created the Voi Network. So the Voi Network is giving 75% of their tokens away to the community through staking, games, grants, and running nodes. I like the sound of it. So Voi took money from a few VCs, one being Steve Kokonos, who was Algorand Inc.'s CEO until 2022. Kokonos is a serial entrepreneur, and before Algorand, he was a part of Blade Logic, which was sold for $800 million, and Fuse, a collaboration platform. So he stepped down from Algorand to focus on investing via Sonic Boom, and Voi Network was one of his first bets. Not only did Sonic Boom invest, but also Michael Arrington invested. Now, since I've been in crypto, I've been following the digital asset investor and the XRP Ripple conspiracy, if you will, being that XRP and Ripple were chosen to do something. And this is a multi-year journey. If you think that David Schwartz has been working on this since his time at the NSA when he filed a patent on cryptography, it's at least been in the talks, okay? There was rumors that it was named XRP because of the exchange rate peg, which was mentioned in the 1990s when the government wanted to update how Forex was done, saying that it had to be instant, it had to be for damn near free. And Michael Arrington famously was a big-time investor in Ripple, and he was one of the guys who moved $50 million using XRP. Took under a minute to get there, and it took less than 3 cents to send the money, which is obviously way better than what a legacy infrastructure could do to send that money. They want to take a fee and get paid. And we know the goal of XRP is not to replace the current system, but it's to help ease the current system's workflow, I think. So only 1.73% of Voi is owned by private investors. Arrington Capital and Sonic Boom were the only two VCs that invested. We looked at what the market cap and what the trading volume was for Voi. It's small. I don't think that Arrington Capital and Sonic Boom are going to let this investment go to waste. I think that big things are planned for this token. See, around the same time that I got into crypto is when Michael Arrington made his crypto investment into Ripple. This is what Grok3 says. In 2017, Arrington launched Arrington XRP Capital, a digital asset management firm focused on blockchain-based capital markets. The fund was notable for using XRP as its base currency for investments, a bold move reflecting his belief in Ripple technology. The initial fund started with $100 million, and Arrington has publicly praised XRP's utility, famously citing an instance where he moved $50 million worth of XRP in seconds for just 30 seconds seconds of fees. That's what I was talking about a second ago. Now I got it backwards. I said it took 30 seconds, 3 cents of fees. Looks like it was the opposite. But this spoke to me when I saw that Arrington's name was attached to Voi. Because everywhere you go, if you're in a good project, you might get a little Arrington fingerprints on it, all right? And that's not a bad thing. That means you're legit. Grok tells us that Arrington is best known as the founder of TechCrunch, a major tech news platform he started in 2005, which became a go-to source for startup and tech industry insights. He sold TechCrunch to AOL in 2010, cementing his reputation as a tech influencer. AOL. Remember Brad Garlinghouse was on the board of directors at AOL? So I made a few rules for crypto for myself. It was to never invest in pop culture, never invest in food, never invest in animals. You know, don't do meme coins, don't do dumb shit, right? Invest in blue chips. Invest in tokens that haven't yet seen a boom. Invest in things where big players are conglomerating towards. Now, when I went to ETH Denver, I heard a lot of people talking about Ondo. I haven't taken enough of a deep dive into Ondo, but we know that HBAR is a big player. We know that Algorand's a big player. XRP is a big player. Quant's a big player. We have all these technologies that are going to survive the next 5 to 10 years. But what about the branches that are connected to them that haven't seen a bull run yet? What about the Flare networks? What about the Voi networks? What about the Deep networks? What about Gala Film and Gala Music? These places aren't only going to survive, they're going to experience big booms. And what's a big boom? I think at times 100 is a big increase. I do. I think if you go from 1/10 of a penny up to 10 cents, that's big time. So I'm going to bet on that. I am. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I think that this is intriguing. After TechCrunch, Arrington shifted his venture capital. He founded Crunch Fund, which was later rebranded Tuesday Capital, and invested in high-profile startups like Uber, Airbnb, and Pinterest. His success in spotting early winners carried over to the crypto space. That's what Grok's telling us. And Arrington invested into the Voi Network, which has been working silently in the background. If you look it up, there's some FUD about the Voi Network. I think that FUD is good. FUD doesn't scare me away. You can get some Voi tokens on Mexi. You can withdraw them to a wallet of your choice. They have 3 options on the setup guide right here on Voi's website. Choose whichever one's best for you. I have a MetaMask on my computer, so I decided not to go with the one that's a browser extension. That wasn't the best one for me. The Voi Network is a layer 1 blockchain platform emphasizing community ownership and governance. And I'm a believer that it's going to do good things in the ecosystem. Why not? I'm happy to be here learning about Algorand, Voi Network, ALGO leagues. It's fun, man. It's fun to play crypto. Can't forget why you're here. You're here to try and make money. You're here to learn. You're here to have fun. I've been here for 7 years. I haven't stopped having fun. The fun never stops. It only increases. You have up days, you have down days. That's life. It's the everyday decisions which are going to mold who you are. It's going to create you.
Well, let me tell you, I made a mindset shift. I chose rich every time. So what life you gonna choose?
I remember when I was in retail, I shared with some coworkers, which I don't suggest you doing. I shared with them what I was up to. I was like, yeah, I own all these tokens. And my manager at the time, he was this guy from Pakistan. He said, oh, so you're gonna be richer than all of us? I really don't think you should tell people about what you're up to, even your family and friends. Because when it hits, they're just gonna expect stuff from you. And to be honest, you would be lucky to make out like some of the early Bitcoiners did. I think that in reality, you would take small wins, 10, 20, 30K. If you were to hit that hard on a crypto token, you should pull out that money. You should pull out your initial investment and then some. Make your time worthwhile. Because this wasn't easy. People are going to call you lucky and they're going to ask you for some. And they don't know what it was like. They don't know what you had to go through. They didn't do it. I have a family member who I tried to get on XRP for years and years and years. Literally, the whole time I was in on this 7 years, I've been trying to get them in. And this, that, and the third wouldn't do it. When it did well recently, and I was like, man, it's still not too late. A family member told me, don't worry, when you hit the lottery, I'll just mooch off you. So don't tell people what you own. It just sets yourself up for failure. With that being said, I told you guys earlier, I bought $200 of the Voi Network, which equated to 176,000 tokens. I'm going to stake those for 18 months. Now, what I read online, who knows if this is true or not, that depending how long you set up to stake the tokens, they might give you a bonus of potentially a ×2. So I might take my 176 and I might get a ×2 on that and be up to 350 just for saying I'm going to stake it for a year and a half. That's not even with the staking bonuses. Now I'm starting with 350. That's pretty epic. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to make another video on that. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to learn more about the Voi Network. Excited to have ALGO League start stacking me up some ALGO Leagues coins. ALC. Why not? NFT gaming on Algorand. Let's go. A branch of Algorand. Voi Network. Come on. Algorand's going to be a top 10 token. I believe it. A branch of Algorand is going to rise. All boats are going to rise. Michael Arrington's got that crystal ball. I'm not hating on the big players. When Warren Buffett said that Bitcoin was rat poison, I was able to see through that because his biggest stock, Bank of America, he dropped all his other banking stocks and he doubled down on Bank of America. Bank of America is a Ripple partner. Watch what they do, not what they say. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Until next time.